All right. Good morning. Good afternoon. Welcome into the training, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good, I think it's Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. Guillermo, Joe, welcome in. Let's see. Guillermo, are you returning or are you new to Dubb? Or this is your first time or kind of give us a little update here. How are you? Can you hear me okay? Looks like you're off mute, but I can't hear you. You can say hello in the chat if maybe your mic's not working. Just let me know the industry that you're in, and one if you're new, and two if you're returning. That would be great. Yeah, I don't know that's bizarre. Yeah, the camera is always off for the training, but the mic, yeah, your mic should work. But if you want to let me know, Guillermo, if you're new, you can put a one in the chat if you're new to Dubb. Two if you're returning, and just what your oh, fantastic, and just what your industry would be. That would be great. That would be awesome. And then Joe, I believe Joe, you're returning, I believe, or is this your first time into the training?
It's my first time, and I'm saying hi to you once again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when did we chat, Joe? You have such a good memorable
I
name.
think it was yesterday. I just signed up. I'm a new
Oh
subscriber.
yeah, the newsletter, the folks that you're trying to
Yeah,
get in.
Sierra
Yeah.
Nevada Ally.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, well, thanks for coming in, Joe.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah, so we're going to go over the basics of the platform. So kind of run through here's how to do all the different kind of recording types, here's some strategy stuff. And then we put this recording on our YouTube support channel. So I'll drop that link in the chat before we go. And then
Great.
typically the recordings are up there within a couple hours or the afternoon, just depending on the day. But if not, they'll definitely be up by the following day. And what people typically do is when they're in the trainings here, they'll go through it, put any questions they have in the chat because on the backside we'll do some Q&A. But typically it's okay, I saw the thing that I want to check out. I'm going to watch the recording and I'm going to go back and I'm going to try to do an example of something. Like if someone is sending, email campaigns or an email one to one, or if they're doing a mobile app video, or they're doing a screen recording, and that's part, or they're doing a LinkedIn outreach. If that's part of what they do, they'll go back to the recording and watch that part and just start to do it. We have a an email. I think I sent it to you, but if not, it's feedback at Dubb. So if you're trying a recording, just playing around with the software and trying an example, send it over to us and we can always give feedback if you want to do that. It's one of the things we enjoy doing. So does that make sense, Joe?
Yeah.
Cool. Any questions off the bat before we go?
Nope. Just pure beginner.
All
Want
right.
to see if I can learn a few things today.
Perfect. Yeah, no, definitely. And then Guillermo, that's awesome. I saw you were in real estate. That's fantastic. We definitely have specific real estate stuff we always mention as we make our way through. So that's very cool. All right, refresher. Yeah, perfect. All right, so let's jump in. So let me share my screen and let's start right inside the Dubb dashboard. Okay, so let me share here and we'll start. All right, so when you are logged into your Dubb account, this is where it's going to take you, right inside the Dubb dashboard here. Now, if you ever need any help, down over here to the bottom right, there's this little intercom bubble down here. You click here, and you can ask the AI a question, or you can talk to a human being on the team. You can also put a keyword search in here. So if you're like, oh, I want to know more about the desktop app or the Chrome extension or email or whatever the topic may be, you'll click in there, you'll get an article and a video usually as well. So it's a pretty thorough area to get help. You can also email support@dubb.com. Another good spot in here is right over to the right under training. So right here, the first one that you see is the Zoom live training. That's what you're in right now. The one below it is called Dubb Academy. So when you click watch training videos, it's going to take you to this library right here. And it's a very orderly way to kind of learn about Dubb. And they're all titled, as you can see right down below the videos. And it's a really good library to kind of make your way through for learning. The other spot right below this is our founder coaching. So this is when you're on our Pro Plus plan. If you're on the higher tier plan, Darius and Ruben, the co-founders of Dubb, they do training twice a week. and it's a curriculum-based training. They have a little form called Open Mic where you can put in about your business. They can give you strategy advice, all this kind of great stuff. It's very accountability based. That's part of our higher tier plan that we have. And if you click on coaching, it has a little video, talks about it, and you can learn more about it. The last part here in the dashboard is the Be a Partner over here to the right. So we have a partner program. So if you click Apply Now, it'll create this little link for you. And we do a 30% recurring commission on anyone that subscribes to Dubb through that link. So if you ever got a bunch of people together and just let me know, I can always come in and pitch for you, close it, and then you get paid on it. So we're really big on supporting our partners. So you have a little webinar coming up or whatever you got, just let us know and we can always jump in. All right, so as far as recording videos go, so when you hit record on a video and you send it, it's going to be an animated video GIF preview. It's going to be a 3-second repeating loop of whatever you're doing when you hit record. Now, you can, with editing, take a different part of the video and make it the animated GIF, but just know when you hit record on any recording device in Dubb and you send it to someone, the first 3 seconds is going to repeat. So we want to make this video preview as interesting as we can so someone has some context. So this is an example right here of a video I recorded inside Dubb, the basic website recorder, right from the webcam, and I have the Dubb mobile app on my phone. The Dubb mobile app has a digital whiteboard on there where you can type someone's name, which has always worked really well. So if you're, reaching out to someone, the name works great. You could also have on there a phrase that a whole group of people can relate to. So this one right here is directed to Sarah. Obviously, it's a one-to-one video, but I could have had on the whiteboard some other phrase. Like if I was in real estate, I could have said update on rates. Or if I was, reaching out to donors, you know, donor time or help or for you, something that an entire group of your contacts can relate to on that whiteboard message. So one to one or one to many. That's recorded again right from the webcam with Inside Dubb. The last part of it is the animated GIF. So I am moving because I want it to be kind of interesting. I don't want to just stay still. It's an animated GIF. I want to move a little bit. So I'm just bringing it into camera and pointing at it like that. Another style that is recorded from that same webcam, same website recorder, is this one right here. And it has a virtual background behind me. So this would be a case where obviously I'm reaching out to a person. So it's Sarah's profile. She has a hint like, hey, this video is about her. But you also could pull up a company website. You could pull up a LinkedIn profile. You could pull up an article that you saw online that you wanted to share. Could be a document behind you that's really important. So these are all things where you're giving a hint to someone of what this video is going to be about. Now, when someone gets this video, right, and they click on it, they say, oh, this is really great. Let me click on this thing. They're going to click on it, and they're brought to a customized landing page that we call a preset. It's going to have your logo top left, an image behind the video player, the video you just created, whether it's for one person or many people. And then below there, it's going to have a playlist of videos. These videos are going to play right after the video you've created. The power of the playlist is it not only gives more information for the person watching, but it also enables you to not have to repeat yourself over and over and over again when you're making these videos. So if I reach out to Sarah or a group of people, I want the opening statement to really relate to them and what's important for them to know. It's secondarily important about what I do and all that kind of great stuff. It's about what am I reaching out for? What's the point? What's the first couple things you say that are really important that's going to make a difference to them? And then you record a video one time, minute or less, about what you do, and that video will play right after this video. So as you can see below here, we have 2-minute explainer. That's our trailer about Dubb. So imagine you have a video that you send to one person or one to many, focus on them, and then the video that plays right after it, you record one time, and it'll say everything you want to say. It's your pitch video. So you don't feel like you have to say that every time you record a video. It saves you a lot of time. And then below here, you have your buttons, your call to action buttons, your CTAs. What would you like someone to do after they've watched the videos up here? Do you want them to book a time in your calendar? That's probably like the number one button in sales. Do you want them to email you? Do you want them to fill out a form? Do you want them to visit your website? Do you want them to download a document, a contract, a listing agreement? So there's a lot of choices you have down here I would just have them in order of importance from left to right, and I wouldn't have too many buttons. Sometimes people just have one button if they want them to do one thing. Now, as you're going to notice up here in the playlist, it says Dubb testimonials, right? The third video you see down here. Testimonials are awesome, especially video testimonials. So we have a really cool way to get them. So instead of meeting in Zoom and have to have it edited, what you can do is you can send a video to the clients that are happy with you. And there's a little button down here called reply with video. It sits right here. So imagine someone used Dubb and they loved it. I'm going to send them a video with this button below it. So it would be something like this. Hey, Darius, listen, thanks so much for using Dubb. We appreciate your business. It would mean the world to us to get a video testimonial from you. It's really easy. You don't have to download anything or do anything complex. Just click the reply with video button below and let me know whatever you enjoyed about the platform or whatever questions you would normally ask for your clients. They answer them, they send the video back to you, and you get a little notification in your video library that says, hey, you got a video reply. And then you just make it part of your playlist. So this is a really powerful combination that's worked for people over the years. One-to-one video or one-to-many video, followed by a video you record one time about what you do, followed by a testimonial video or testimonials. Now, the last part on this page is over here to the right, which is called SIA. This is our Sales Interactive Assistant. And you don't have to have the AI on the page. It's not a necessity. You can take it off the page if you want to. But we find that's worked really well over the past year, the people that have used it. So the use case would be this. You send someone a video. Maybe they're not ready to take that next step, book a time or whatever you would like them to do. Maybe they have questions. So over here to the right, you can have up to 20 FAQs. They can ask the AI a question. And when this happens, like if I ask, what is Dubb? Sia is going to give an answer. And then let's see, let me just refresh it. What is Dubb? There we go. So Sia will give an answer, and then we'll push for something at the end, like, hey, are you ready to book a time with Rob? So Sia can push for whatever your desired outcome is and give a nice, short, succinct answer. Now we have a whole training on this, but basically Sia is educated by website links and a PDF that you can load into Dubb. So the website links would be just the individual pages of the website. Sia can learn what's physically on that page with the text. Sia can't watch videos or do sublinks, but it can learn physically what's on those pages and obviously whatever's in the PDF. So it's a really cool way for someone to be able to interact immediately if they do have questions, which could shore up the appointment that you have with the prospect even better as far as them being educated on it. So it's all about getting this. We see this. Oh, you sent me a video. I saw that. I clicked on it. And then you're right here on the landing page called a preset where they can do some stuff. Now, if you want to record a video that looks just like this, or if you want to record a video that looks just like this, here's how you would do it. You'd go inside Dubb, you'd go to the red camera icon right up here at the top, and this is going to open up your webcam, just like this. Now, to do the virtual background that you saw behind me, I'm going to go below, I'm going to select virtual background, and then I'm going to go down to your photos right here. And then I basically upload any screenshots that I have on my computer. And this creates a little library right here. So again, we know profiles work really well, properties in real estate, articles in our industry that we want to share, company websites, and then you just select the one you want, you put it behind you, and there it is right there. And someone has context, just like that. Now, you just want to make sure you have good front lighting. You don't want to let your arms go into the soup. You can use your shoulders as guardrails, keep it right in there, do all the hand movements in here. And it's a nice way to give someone context because when someone sees the animated GIF, it's saving you a lot of time because they're going to kind of have a hint of what this video is probably about. So as soon as you start speaking, you're already ahead a little bit because someone kind of has an idea. So it really helps. Now, as far as the phone that you saw when I had the person's name on here, you get the Dubb mobile app on your phone. And when you have it on your phone, there is a little whiteboard button. So here's the Dubb mobile app right up here at the top. See that square? Just select that there, and it opens up a typing area. And when it opens up, all I was doing before was just typing the person's name. There it is, and just turn it, just like that. So you can bring it in a frame when you start, do one of these. You can start with it in a frame, but lean forward like this, something, just a little bit of movement before you start, when you start to record. And it really makes a difference. A lot of people have done well with that over the years. Person's name or something related to the group. Now we have a teleprompter across all of our recording tech. So this one is right up here. If you click right up in the top, you can go right to scripting, right inside Dubb if you want to create a script or copy and paste the script. You also can scroll through the scripts that you already have saved inside of Dubb. You also can search for a script by name. And once it's here, teleprompter drops down. Arm distance length is pretty good, I think, for an eye line. You will let the words flow up into the top line as you're reading it. This is the speed right here. You can adjust this up or down. You can click the play button, see if you like the speed. You also can back the text off, or you can zoom it in. Teleprompters are nice to really get, you have a nice script written and you can deliver the content the way you want to say it. Maybe there's some branding in there, maybe there's some things you want to get just right. This is a nice way to be really efficient with your time when you're doing it. So when I hit record here, I'm going to get the 3, 2, 1 countdown and it'll be like this. Hi, this is Rob from Dubb. We are the sales operating system. We use video, automation, and contact management to create connections, conversations, and conversions. And I can hit the pause button right down here, stop the recording, click it again, it'll keep going. If I want to click the X, it will ask you, are you sure you want to delete this video? And if I want to upload this into the Dubb platform, it's the blue check mark, and that will save it into Dubb. So that's the basic recorder. That's how we do it with the phone holding it up with the name. And it's also the way we do our virtual background right here like that. Now, there's another kind of recording that we do called screen recording. And this would be when you want to share anything browser-based, like websites. If I wanted to reach out to someone on LinkedIn, like if I want to reach out to Ruben here. So anything browser-based where you want to put yourself on the screen and walk someone through something. So LinkedIn outreach is great. Real estate, if you want to do a property, like a market update, this is a great way to do this. So as an example, we're going to use the Chrome extension. And this is a screen recorder that's right up here at the top. So when you have it logged in and pinned and ready to go, it's going to be right up here. And you click this button here, excuse me, it's going to open up and I'm on the screen. Now, some things you want to think about. Remember the animated GIF, right? What does that look like? Well, the animated GIF looks something like this if we're going to use the Chrome extension. See that right there? See how I'm on the screen? It's that repeating 3 seconds. I'm like, hey, check out this market update. So when I hit record in the video, I smiled, said, hey, what's going on? I pointed towards the title. And you'll notice the shape is a square. It matches the shape of the little square next to me. And the placement's good. I'm right next to the title. So you want to think about size, placement, and shape, and what are you doing in the first 3 seconds? And that's a nice inviting thing. So if I was going to repeat what I did right there, how did I do that? I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to put myself right in the middle because I got a little house and I got the title right next to me. It's right in the middle. It's perfect. I'm going to make my size a little bit bigger, probably about that. And I'm going to change my shape right down here to a square because a house is really just a square with a triangle. So I'm going to keep kind of the same feel just like that, right in the middle. Now you have some other functionality in here. I can zoom myself in if I want a tighter frame. I can back myself up. I can move myself around in here if I want to just move myself in a different kind of setup. I also can jump to full screen, which we're going to use and jump back. I also can go right over here to the drop-down menu. And if I wanted to do no webcam, I can turn it off if I wanted to. Maybe I know the client and I don't need to be on camera because I already know the person. I also could technically use my headshot if I wanted to do that. But when you're initially meeting and you're making that impression, obviously this is the best. You also can click the drop down and put a virtual background behind you right inside here if you want to do that, just like we just did before. You also have a little control bar here. See where it says control bar on and off? That's for this thing right down here. This control bar that sits right here. And I usually leave it on because I like having it down here. It's convenient, but you could turn it on or off with the button over there to the right. You also have an annotation tool, which is right over here that you can use to really mark things up, put some text on screen. It's really neat. You can turn this on or off by clicking the on or off button. I usually leave it off when I'm first starting the video, then I'll turn it on when I need it. You also have a teleprompter. So if you can click this one here, it opens up. You're going to do what you did before. You're going to look for your script. And once you find it, then you can control the speed. You can back the text off, just like we did before in the other one. This one's a little bit different because we can actually squeeze this one. We can make it a little thinner, and we can physically move this where we want to move it to. In this case, it would be to the camera towards the top. Now, some things in terms of the Chrome extension. The Chrome extension is browser-based. So you don't want to go full screen on your browser because if you do, it's going to hide the teleprompter tab and you won't be able to get to it. So you just want to leave a little bit of space like that. Now, when you're going to use the teleprompter, you want to have it on the tab option, which is right here, tab, which means when I hit record, it's going to be a nice clean cut of this page. It won't get any of the open tabs at the top. It'll be nice and clean. But when I want to use the teleprompter, I got to hit record and then I got to tap this to bring it forward to use it. Now, if I go screen option, screen to the left, that means if I hit record, it's going to get my entire desktop screen, which means it is going to show the teleprompter, which I don't want. So if I'm going to go full screen and do a screen recording, I'm going to use the desktop app, which I'm going to show you right after this. Camera option, that's just like open up like a webcam. I think tab is really your best option on something like this. It's nice and clean. So that's the setup. Now let's take that setup and let's jump right over here to LinkedIn and make a video. So I'm going to open it up on LinkedIn. Again, what are we doing first? Size, shape, and placement. Shape, I want to put myself in a circle, just like Ruben is. Size, I'm going to reduce my size, almost like I'm even with Ruben. And placement, I'm going to be right next to him. So I'm going to hit record now. There's the tab right there. I'm going to click share, and it's going to start the 3, 2, 1 countdown. Hey, Ruben, what's going on? Listen, I saw your profile over here on LinkedIn. Thought I'd reach out because I noticed some things that I thought were really neat. Check this out. I want to point it out. So again, I did my whole thing, right? And then I jumped to full screen. There's a couple ways to jump to full. Down at the bottom on the control bar, you're going to see a little thing that says expand webcam on or off. Click that there, brings you here. Click it again to go back. You also can hover over, double click, hover over with your mouse, double click. But either way, it's really nice to jump to full screen when you want to make points about stuff because it just breaks the visual monotony and then you can go right back to the page. It's pretty cool, makes it more dynamic. You also can scroll around, move, be very free flowing with it. Or if you're a little more regimented with what you do, you can click the pause button right down here at the bottom, stop the recording, right? You said what you wanted to say. Now you're like, okay, where do I want to go next? Okay, I'm going to go here and click record. So the pause button can be your best friend. Now this is where I want to turn on the annotation tool because I want to point some things out. So down here, I'm going to click the annotation on. Now it's going to come on the screen. There it is. And I'm going to point some things out with this thing. I'm going to say, hey, Ruben, look, you wrote a book. That's pretty awesome. You can do some text on screen if you kind of want to hammer home a point. If you're on, a real estate site and say, hey, listen, you're spending too much over here on Redfin or wherever it is, come on over here. You also can put things in order like this. You can underline, do some circling, but all of these annotations, when you use them, they're going to stay sticky. So if I continue down the page, they're not going to follow me. I can just keep going and they're not going to trail me down the page, which is nice. So if you're thinking about reaching out on LinkedIn like this is a great tool to use, the Chrome extension screen recorder. If you're thinking about sharing a market update in real estate and you have the browser pulled up, great way to do it. Website, anything you want that's browser based and you want to walk someone through something. Now I'm going to click the check mark below and this is going to save this video into the Dubb platform. So it'll be inside our video library. Now, as we just do this, I am now going to show you the Dubb desktop app. The desktop app is an amazing screen recorder. So the one we just saw in Chrome is awesome. It's browser based. This one's a little different. So you're going to get the Dubb desktop app, little D symbol up here at the top. I'm going to click the quick view menu. There it is. And it does a number of things, but I'm going to click record screen so you can see the difference between the two. So let's look at the similarities first. So similarities are going to be similar webcam to what we just looked at. So when I open the desktop app here, let me reopen it, and I click the webcam, all the same functions that you just saw. You can make yourself bigger, smaller, you can do the virtual background, you can change the shapes, you can zoom yourself in. Everything you just saw with Chrome, you can do this right here. You also can have an annotation tool. Same thing here. So right over here to the left, right here. You also have a teleprompter. This one here will not show. So like with the Chrome extension, when you click the screen, now it's going to show, won't happen here. So if you ever want to record your entire screen or whatever you want to do, the teleprompter will never show. You also could physically move it wherever you want to move it to. And it has a really neat option. So if you click in here, just like we did before, we're going to search for our script. There it is. And this one has voice recognition called auto track. So if I was to hit record here, it would start moving the script and go at my own pace. The mobile app has the same thing. But if you click this button, Now it goes to auto scroll, which is just like all the other teleprompters that you just saw. It's a speed between 1 and 10, and you can adjust that speed. So the teleprompter here, it gives you the option of auto track if you want to do that. Now, another difference that we have here is right down here at the bottom. So there is this red slash that you see right here. If this red slash is right here and I hit the record button over here, I'm going to get my entire screen. If I get rid of this red slash, now I have a drop down of choices in terms of the border of what I'm recording. This is on custom, which means I can move this anywhere I want, and I can crop around anything I want to crop around. So whatever's inside of here will be part of the recording. So whether you're gonna, maybe it's a listing agreement or a contract or a document or part of a website or part of a video that you want to crop around, it really gives you a lot of control in terms of what you're going to be showing. You also can go 16 by 9 landscape for YouTube. You even can go 9 by 16 if you want to do a social media video right from your desktop app. So we do this a bunch with the stuff we do. Pull up a document, pull up a website, put this over the top of it, and now you're doing a social video in the proper format that you can put on your socials. The last part of this is going to be the recording. So when I hit the record button right over here, I got my 3, 2, 1 countdown. And here we go. I'm recording a video. Now, just like you saw before, I can hit the pause button, pause and resume, no problem. But here is the major difference between the Chrome extension and the desktop app. When I click the check mark below, it's not saving it into Dubb. What's happening is I've just recorded a clip. So the desktop app is a clip recorder. So we're going to record a number of clips and then we're going to merge them together into that one video. The neat thing about clip recording is you can drag and drop videos from your computer. So if you have an MP4 that you want to make part of the story here, you can do that. And every video you save into Dubb always has an MP4 version that you can download. So it's very convenient in terms of building the story out when you're making this. Now we have 3 convenient little creative options down at the bottom left to continue recording. Because right here we just did a screen recording video. That's the clip you see right there. If I want to do another screen recording clip, all I have to do is click the little icon at the bottom left, says record screen video, select that there, and it brings me right back to where I was. And now I'm going to record another clip. Now each clip has to be at least 2 seconds. So here we go, I'm recording. I'm going to hit the check mark. And there is the second clip that I've recorded. And you can physically move these clips around, which is pretty neat. You don't have to record in order. I could record the ending first if I wanted to. And then I also can click the 3-dot menu and download or delete each individual clip. The next choice I have down here at the bottom, the middle one, is record webcam video. So this gives you a different style. Now I can record this. Maybe this is the opening of my video or the end. I could say, hey, thanks so much for watching this video. Click below if you'd like to book a time in my calendar. Or I could say, you know what? I just want to talk to you about this one thing really quick. Now you have a visually different clip in here. And again, you can move this wherever you want to. The last option down here is my favorite with the desktop app, and it's called Dubb Narrator. This gives you the ability to play a pre-recorded video inside of the bubble. So like you saw with the Chrome and you just saw with the screen recording clip I did, I got to hit record and I'm doing it live. I'm multitasking, I'm in the bubble, I'm doing my thing. But with Dubb Narrator, you could record with the teleprompter, direct to camera, all the content stuff you want to say, and then just play that pre-recorded video in the bubble, and you can just relax and scroll and do whatever you want. So when I click Dubb Narrator, it's going to bring me to my video library right inside here. I'm going to put narrator video in because I have all of them saved under narrator. I'm going to select the one, let's go this one right here. And then it's going to put it on the screen. And just like before, I choose my shape and my size and all of that, right? And then when I hit record, the pre-recorded version of me is going to do the talking. If you're still on the fence about whether you should try Dubb in your real estate business, and you can pause and resume, and then when you hit the check mark, it's going to save it and it's going to be the next clip that in line for what you're doing. So when you're done with this and you're ready to combine all of these clips into one video, all you have to do is click the edit button all the way to the right. It's going to merge the clips together. And then once they're merged right here inside the desktop app, you can play it. And here we go on record. You can drag the timeline to edit anything you want to edit out. So we have an editor right in here inside the desktop. So if I want to cut out a part, you just drag it to the part you want, click the scissor icon, splits it, drag it again to the other part you want, scissors, splits it, and then just click on the part that you want to get rid of. Hit the delete, and it's gone. If you want to bring it back, the good undo button. Undo, 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 and you're totally back to where you started. If you want to get rid of the silences in your videos, the team added a button called Smart Cut, where you can come in here and all the pink areas of the silences if you want to get rid of those. Depends on the style of the video, if you want a tighter cut or you kind of like those pauses. Over here to the right, you can download the MP4 version of the video to your computer if you'd like to, and you can upload it right into the Dubb platform. So those are the different ways to record. The last one that we have, and this is like kind of a favorite of mine, I think the Dubb mobile app is amazing, is the mobile app. So the mobile app is very much like the desktop app in the fact that it records in clips and has some really neat options. So application-wise, especially if you're in real estate and you want to do property walkthroughs, it's an amazing piece to use. But no matter what industry you're in, it's a nice different way to record something. If you're giving your piece of advice or giving some advice to a client, we're so used to seeing the walk and talk with social videos, very similar here. So this is what this would look like in terms of how to record a video with the mobile app. Okay, so let me know when you can see this here. Okay, so if I want to record a video, I'm going to hit the blue camera icon right at the bottom, and it's going to open up our camera. Now, when it opens, you're going to notice some things here. So down at the bottom, there are timers down here. So you can see 10, 2, 1, all these here. It's defaulted for 1 minute. You can't go beyond 10 minutes on the mobile app. So I always slide this to 10, and it'll stay sticky. The next time you open up the app and the camera, it's always going to stay wherever you left it last. Now to record, I'm going to tap the circle at the bottom. I'm going to tap the circle here, and now I'm recording. You can see the time up here, the time at the bottom. I'm going to tap the circle again, and there is the clip that I've just recorded. So again, just like the desktop app, the mobile app is a clip recorder. And this clip has been automatically downloaded to my phone. So I have it in my photo video area. I'm going to hit record one more time, just so we have a couple clips here. Here we go. Each clip has to be at least 2 seconds. Now, these clips here, I can move around. So I can take my finger, hold one for a second, and slide. So I can change the order. And again, it's really convenient being able to record out of order because you don't have to go chronologically. I also can tap a clip individually. Like this, if I tap a clip here, I can delete, I can trim, and I can edit. Now, if I click the edit button, I have the ability to come in here. I can add text on the screen if I want to. I can add royalty-free music. I can do a voiceover. I can speed up the action, all within this clip right here. Now, over here to the right, the top icon here is going to record what's in front of you. This one right here is countdown timers. So if you select this one here, you can choose from 3 or 10. I always go 3 because it matches everywhere else in Dubb. Everyone else is 3, 2, 1. And I think it's actually the perfect amount of time. The 10-second one you'd probably want to do if you're doing like maybe a shot of a property or further away, your phone set up and you need more time to get going. This one right here is our teleprompter, right here. Probably one of the best ones we have. You can select up in here to find your script. And then once you find your script, let's grab this one, right? Let's see. Let's do this one. Okay, so see how I have these X's right here? This is kind of a little bit of a hack here. So if those X's were not there and there's my script, the reason the script is at the top is because when I'm in vertical format, my camera is right at the top. So I want my eye line to be right there, obviously. But if I'm going to go landscape, the reason I have the X's in there and I added them is because when you go landscape, now the camera is at the middle point here. So you want the script to start right where the camera is. So it's just a little tip there to put those in so it matches up. But the whole idea behind this is same thing. You got the whole auto track deal right here, right? 1 through 10. You can hit the play button if you want to. See if you like the speed. You can also hit the pencil icon right here. So if you want to make some changes on the fly, you absolutely can do that, which is really, really neat. You also can do this. So if you have an iPhone, you can select the gear icon over here to the left, and you can select auto track. We don't have it on Android yet, but for iPhone we do. And when you hit record, now I can read it and it will go at my pace. Hi, just want to introduce myself real quick. I think I could really help you out. So you can see it kind of goes at my pace as I'm reading it. And again, that's auto track. So that's the teleprompter there. You can tap the X to the top right and it will close it. Now let's just say you have a video on your phone that you recorded outside of the Dubb mobile app. but you want to make it part of this. What you can do is hit the folder icon here, find the video you want, and then you just drop it in. And then once you drop it in there, you just move it around wherever you want to move it around to. The button will say add clips, and you say add clip, and it drops it right in there. Now, if you want to record your screen, it's going to be this button right here. If you want to use filters, this button. So this is black and white. It does skin smoothing, does different kind of color effects and gradations, all within the filter option. This one right here is very popular with real estate folks, for property walkthroughs especially. But for any industry, this is what you can do. It's putting yourself on the screen when you're recording. So if I was outside of real estate and that's not what I did, maybe I'm on a nature walk and I'm giving a nice piece of advice for a social post. Maybe I want to show something on my computer in a different way. This is how you can be on the screen at the same time. So when you select this here, it's going to open up. I'm going to hit record. And now obviously you can see what's in front of me. And I'm going to move myself around. I can zoom myself in. I can back myself off. I can zoom in on what I'm showing. So obviously really, really lends itself to property walkthroughs for that. And then the last option down here is going to be the virtual background. Okay, so let me go back. Let me go back. Looks like it was blacking out a little bit. Okay. Last option down here is virtual background. So a lot like we saw in the beginning, where I had a person's profile behind me, LinkedIn, company website, whatever it was, you can screenshot stuff and have it behind you. So just go here, and then you just go to the photo video, photo area on your phone, select the photo you want, have it behind you, and there it is right there. So whether it's an article, company website, whatever it is. And then when you're done recording, I'm just going to hit record really quick just so I can have a couple clips in here because we lost them when they dropped out. Let me just record a couple clips so I can show you what I'm talking about. Let me hit record one more time. Here we go, at least 2 seconds. Okay. So when we're done recording and we have all of our clips down here and we want to merge them into that one video like we did with the desktop app, click the blue button up here at the top. That's going to merge the clips together. And then you will have a copy on your phone of the finished video. And at this point, you can add burned in captions if you wanted to, and you can upload it into the Dubb platform by clicking the blue button. So those are the different ways that we record. And again, they all have different purposes, but the recording styles and technology really, really lend themselves to those particular scenarios. Now, when you save a video into Dubb, what happens then? Well, when you save it into Dubb, you're taken to a page, which is the video edit page inside of the Dubb platform. So if I come back inside here, this is what this would look like, this page right here. Now, you're going to see a drop down on this page, this little drop down right here that says Rob's preset. So again, as a reminder, what's a preset? A preset is you send someone a video, they click on it, and they're brought to a customized landing page called a preset that we covered earlier, this page right here. But the reason there is a drop down here is because we have other presets for other things. So when you think about your industry, you want to think about how do I segment my audience and speak directly to them? So if I was in real estate and I worked with buyers and sellers, you want to have a landing page for buyers, you want to have a landing page for sellers. If I'm in, recruitment, I'm working with employers and I'm working with candidates. If I'm working in mortgage, there's FHA, jumbo loans, VA loans. Any industry has segmentation in terms of how they're reaching out. So you want to have those different pages for those different parts of the audience. And we help set up with that. So when you're on a paid plan with Dubb, we have an optimization setup. The team would help you set those pages up, the buttons, all the stuff that was on that page. Now on this page here, we obviously have tracking. So see how it says no activity yet? That's just because we haven't sent this video anywhere. But when we do send it somewhere, we do have the ability to get real-time reporting. Are they opening the email? Are they clicking on any of the buttons below the video? Are they watching the video? And if they are watching, what is the actual watch rate? Is it 0? Is it 50? Is it 100? What is it? And that really helps shape the follow-up because you know what they've consumed. We also added an AI coach here called Kyra. Kyra gives you immediate feedback on your videos. We recently updated Kyra to be able to do visual content and the content itself. Before, Kyra could give repetition, filler words, empathy, how's your cadence. That was all a big part of what Kyra did. But the upgrade that we recently gave to Kyra was the ability to say, okay, how are your visuals and how are your content? How is your content? And then it can give you that feedback right away before you start recording your other videos. So it's kind of that nice, unbiased feedback. So when you click generate, it's going to show you this here. Like, hey, consider this, right? talks about being repetitive, filler words, comes down here for your visuals. Maybe stay in the center, right? Gives you some good feedback and it gives you the analysis on filler words that you use and number of times you repeated something. Really neat to get that feedback kind of right away. You also have the ability to edit a video. So when you click the editing tab, a lot like we saw earlier in the desktop app that had an editor, similar editor right here. You would hit the play button. Hey, Ruben, what's going on? You can drag the timeline, right? So if I want to cut myself out here, right, I'm going to go to here, just drag it to where you want. I'm going to get rid of my clip. I'm going to hit the scissor icon. That's going to split the clip. See how there's two pieces now, right? Whatever one's highlighted in orange. And I'm going to keep dragging this timeline until I'm out. There I am. Scissor clip again. Now I have three pieces I cut. What's the one I want to get rid of? This one here. Click the delete button and it's gone. Now, if I want to bring everything back, just the undo button. Undo, undo, undo. And I'm back to where I was in the beginning. Now, if you edit this video like crazy, you cut it up a bunch, you're like, oh man, I don't want to hit the undo button so many times. All you have to do is go to the top, download the original MP4 of the video. Any Dubb video saved in Dubb has an MP4 version. Download it, click replace video, replace it, and then click save, and you're totally fine. So you recorded a video, you got it on a customized landing page called a preset, and now you just want to send it. So over here inside Gmail, we're going to open up a compose, and there's some best practices here. You always want to have the word video in the subject line. Really helps with the opens. It's rare that you see it. You want to have a little bit of text in here in terms of why they should watch the video. And then to add the video in, you can do it in two ways. One is going to be with the direct integration we have with Gmail and Outlook 365. So a little Dubb button shows up when you have the Chrome extension logged in, the screen recorder we looked at earlier. So when that's there, you click this little button, it's going to open it up, and you're going to scroll through and say, hey, where's the video that I want? Scroll through here. Let's just grab this one here. We're going to click Advanced Options. I can put the email in of the person I'm sending it to. I can even add a little personalization text if I want to at the top, and then I click Insert Video, and it drops it right in just like that. So that's a shortcut. Now, if you don't want to do that, or maybe you want, there's another way to do it, you can come right over here to the video edit page, and then inside here, you can click the big blue share and send button. So you click that here, again, put the email in for the tracking, and I can add the personalization text, click copy for email, come right back over here, and it's just a copy and paste, just like that. Now, if you're doing the LinkedIn outreach, you want to make sure that you're connected to the person you're going to send a video to first. I wouldn't send a video with a connection request because it will only show up as a link. You won't get that nice animated GIF. So I would connect first. It seems like most people connect. I would send a quick little message. And then once they do, just click the message button below. And then there's a little Dubb button right inside here because we have an integration with LinkedIn. That's the shortcut button you just saw in Gmail. Click that there. And again, it's just about finding the video. There it is. Clicking insert video. And then you can even highlight this text right here and change it to whatever personal message you want it to, and then click send. And that way, Ruben will see in his inbox something really interesting like this, as opposed to just the regular copy and paste text stuff. So, and it's in a good format. You're right on the page, right on his profile, and it works out really good like that. Now, if you do have a CRM that you really enjoy, you just click Optimize for. We have a ton of CRMs and third-party centers that we have integrations with. So if you do have a good workflow that you like through MailChimp or Salesforce or HubSpot or Follow Up Boss or Go High Level, and you have all your workflows in there, that's great. You can just drop a video into those workflows. Now, if you want to use Dubb as a CRM, you can. Just come over here and upload your contacts with a CSV file. You can do tasks, deals, tags. Inside Dubb, you can also do campaigns. You can do bulk, email and SMS. We also have automation available, and that's actually part of the Pro Plus plan that it's our higher tier plan, and something Darius teaches where you can have these workflows that go out, and you always want to have some kind of method to it, obviously. Like maybe a video goes out on a Monday, then it goes out on a Tuesday, there's some kind of delay. You also can add actions to this. So you can come in here and say, hey, I want to do an if then, where if somebody does something, maybe they clicked on a button on the page, that's going to trigger a different flow. Maybe they just viewed the page. Maybe they watched the video. All of these would be set up automatically and have automation. So when you're doing other things, you're able to just kind of have that on autopilot as you're doing other stuff. Now, the last part of this here is going to be the AI component of the writing we have. So we have an AI assistant called Ira right here in the dashboard. So I know a lot of you probably use ChatGPT, which is amazing. The one thing we made a little different here was we have this profile option. So you see this is basic in sales. So like we talked about before, the landing pages, like if I was in real estate, buyers, sellers, I would want to have profiles for my buyer outreach and my seller outreach. If I was in recruitment, employer outreach, candidate outreach, all the stuff we talked about before. Because when you click create profile, Ira is basically learning about this part of your audience and that outreach. So you answer the questions in here because the preferred tone of communication maybe is different between different parts of your audience. And you also can choose this writing structure if you want to apply it to the writing, which is the charm method we talk about a lot. C is opening with a hook, capture their interest. H is highlight the problem. A is address the solution. R is reinforce with social proof if you have some. And then motivate to take action at the end. You don't have to use this structure, but it's there for you if you want to. And then all you have to do is say, okay, what am I working on right now? Am I working on my seller outreach or my buyer outreach? So you pick the one that you want, right? And then you come down here, you choose your prompt. We're all used to doing the prompt stuff now. And I'm going to say on why video is the best for sales. If I can spell today. And then choose your length and then hit submit. And once it does that, Ira is going to take into account everything that she learned about the outreach. And then when the copy comes back here, you can have it read back to you in an AI voice if you want to hear it read back. You can copy it to a clipboard, save it somewhere else. You also can import this directly into scripts, which is right over here under assets, scripts. This is something we do all the time. We save it into scripts, we load it into a teleprompter, and we record the video. It's just very, very convenient. The last two options down here are import to voice video and import to avatar video. If I click import to voice video, this would be a scenario where, well, maybe you're not going to be able to see it, is a scenario where you didn't want to be on camera and you didn't want to use your voice. Maybe you're under the weather, but you want to send something a little more impactful than just a basic, text-based message. So what you can do is you can upload a photo over here to the right, choose an AI voice down here at the bottom, and then when you send this video to someone, the animated video GIF preview would be the image and then a little waveform that would keep repeating until they click on it. Almost looks like a little animated voicemail almost. The last one down over here is import to avatar video. So when you select this one here, it's going to bring you to a library of avatars that we have. So you can come in here and select the one that you want, or you can click create and give the description to create your own. You can also choose the AI voice. And then when you click create, it takes a little bit of time to create the asset. You get a little email that says, hey, your avatar is ready. And then the use cases we've seen so far are, email campaigns where it's a pedestal type effect, like your avatar is reaching out on your behalf, but also for screen recordings where it's educational content, teaching stuff, maybe kind of more administrative things like, hey, you send someone a listing agreement or a contract, click here, go here, or just smaller basic concept stuff. So if I say wanted to send someone this market update that we looked at before, where I was in the bubble pointing things out, what if I wanted the avatar to do something with that? You can. And again, that's going to be Dubb narrator that we looked at earlier. We played the pre-recorded video inside the bubble. I'm going to do the same thing here. The only difference is I'm going to use the avatar instead of using myself instead. So I'm going to come into here. I'm going to find Ava the avatar, which is down here at the bottom. And I'm inside my video library and I'm just scrolling to find the video that I want. And there it is right here. I'm going to select Ava. Now Ava's on the screen and everything applies like we talked about before. This is here. Let me close this. This is the same kind of thing. We want to move her into a good spot right in the middle. We want to change the shape. We want to make the size maybe a little bit bigger, just like this. And now I'm going to hit record and Ava is going to walk through this screen recording instead of myself.
Hi there. I saw you were checking out some properties in the area and wanted to send you this market update so you can make the best decision possible. As you can see, there is a ton of useful information here. Please book a time by clicking the button below, as Rob would love to give you a personal walkthrough of any of the properties that you're interested in.
And you can pause and resume and do all that stuff right there. So it really gives you some good choices in terms of, how you want to do stuff, especially when you make that connection right away, the human being connection, and then the avatars can be very supportive in terms of what they want to do. It really depends on the style and what you want. So, all right, so that's the basic look there. Let me pop back over. Joe, I know we talked specifically about specific scenarios for you when we met the other day, in terms of the donor stuff, in terms of getting the new clients, that kind of split. Um, Anything on your mind? I know there's a lot of content in there. You can just review it and go through it and send over a test if you'd like.
Got a lot to learn from what you presented, but my main focus, as we talked about yesterday, is growing my donor base, growing my subscription base too.
Yep.
That would lead to donors, and then start our advertising campaign. And I only need somewhere between 5 and 10 advertisers altogether. We'll
Yep.
put our rate sheet together. I have the pitch, I have all of that data, and I just have to figure out the best way to take advantage of Dubb to be able to reach out not only to my
Yeah.
subscribers but to my potential advertisers.
Yeah, the ads folks, I mean, that's pretty clear with that. You know, you do the omni-channel approach like we talked about, you call, you do, all the stuff you normally do. But you
Right,
definitely want to pull up the company's site and then put
right,
yourself as a bubble on their page like I showed you the other day. So Chrome
right,
extension bubble,
right,
you're there on their, and then you're talking about,
right.
right to them. So that's a nice visual for them to see. Um,
Okay,
Donor ones like we talked about on the phone. Thank you for the people that
right,
did. I think it was some of them were recurring. I think some were one time, but you could say thank you or it's time or, your community, for the new ones,
right,
we wanted to get them to subscribe. So I think those two very specific styles are two I would start with. Um,
okay,
you could technically also look up these ad companies on LinkedIn and you could do a video on there as well for them.
sure.
So I would say the feedback. Did you see the email I put in there? Feedback, Joe? Feedback at
Yeah,
Dubb in the chat. So if you want to try one of those and send it over for feedback, like just try it, give it a shot. Like just
okay,
pull a local company up that you want some ad, want them to run ads, go on their site, record you on there, and nice and quick to the point, and then just send it over, and I can tell you what you think.
and I'd like to. One of our reporters is very interested in learning this aspect of the business, and so I'm probably going to add that reporter to our team here.
Great.
So
Yeah.
uh, And finally, I've been in conversation with Patrick over at NPO Authority. So we are going to probably try to. Obviously, the information we have for the CRM that I'm going to put to work with you guys
Yeah.
is just emails. So we're going to try to do some research to add more information to the CRM. So I really going to spend the next number of months building out our information base
Yeah.
on the CRM and gradually introduce ourselves to how we outreach to our subscribers, donors, and potential major donors. So
Yeah.
it's so you have a nonprofit as part of your outfit. I don't know if you have any other nonprofits that are clients of yours, but
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
can be a sample case of how nonprofits, because basically we're funded with individual donors, major donors,
Yeah.
small and large,
Yeah.
advertisers, and grant seeking. And grant seeking is something that I'll be doing separately with on my own. But we certainly the ability to put the lingo
Mhm.
in your platform is going to be helpful also. So a lot of times grant seeking is just sending out a letter of inquiry. So
Right.
that is a short and sweet letter, and it'd be great if we could do that in ways that would surprise those potential foundations that want to support the work we do. So
Yeah, and just
that's it.
have the foundation behind you. You could even have the letter pulled up with it circled over your shoulder. There's so
Right,
many little things you could do.
right,
Yeah.
right. Get ourselves in the door. So.
Hey, step one, just record one of those examples. That's, one
Well,
of those
yeah,
examples.
I'm a little nervous just yet to do that, but I do want to take advantage of your CRM and your data so I
Yeah.
can get that information out. For some reason, I feel more comfortable going in that direction. But
Yeah, build it out however you want,
eventually,
Joe.
we'll noodle around with all the tools that you just described for us over the last hour. So,
Perfect. And this
right,
recording it'll be on YouTube support. So let me I'll drop that link right in here. Let me give it to you right now so everybody has it. But this is where these recordings live when they're done. right on that link right there.
Okay. All
Cool.
right.
Thanks for coming in, Joe.
Yeah, you bet. You have a good day, man.
Yeah, you too. Talk to you soon.
Yeah. Bye bye.
And Guillermo, thanks for the compliment there. Appreciate that. Great presentation. I'll rewatch. A lot to learn to take in. Definitely worth my time. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Thanks very much. Yeah, it's very much just real estate just has those very specific things, property walkthroughs with the picture in picture that we saw, bubble on the screen when you're doing the market update stuff. The news slash newsletter, like, out to the circle of influence with the market update stuff. So a lot of very cool specific stuff that the tech kind of relates to that. So definitely watch it back and just give that a shot. And we have that feedback in there, that email in there as well. Uh, let's see, Dorothy. Hey, Dorothy, how are you? I saw you kind of pop in a little later. How are you, Dorothy? Dorothy, can you hear me okay? Maybe the mic isn't working. You can say hi in the chat if you want to say. That's totally cool. For some reason, I don't know why it's not allowing you to. Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, you can say hi in the chat. Jai, what's going on, Jai? Good to see you as always. Pop down over to Jai. Hey, Jai.
What's up, Rob? What's happening, man? I just popping in on you, man. Just checking in on you. I don't need nothing.
I love it. I love it when you're in. Cool. Well, everybody, thanks for coming into the training. Again, this will be up on YouTube a little later, and happy recording to everybody. And send it over to feedback. Feedback at Dubb. We love seeing that stuff.
And don't forget to send Kai homework too.
Yeah, I
Email.
keep getting it. Ruben's got me too busy. I'm too busy, Jay.
All right, well, but getting on busy. All right, send some homework. Get that little nigga out of my hair.
Hey, let him know. Go to the other Pro Plus train. Let him know.
Yeah, no, he's already in it. All
No,
right.
no. Okay.
All
Awesome.
right.
Sweet.
Later. Have a good day, man.
All right, guys. Bye, everybody.